Well, I just pressed the button twice. Can you believe it? So we started, then we don't, and then we stop. But here we are, guys. I double click the mouse. Let's get it going. Get it going, shall we? Well, thanks for joining me, guys and girls. Thank you very much. Yes. I know I did that. I'm a twat. So, how you all doing this fine Tuesday evening? Thank you for joining me, guys. Thank you very much. Don't forget, if you want to be involved in the chat, press live chat. Make sure you've got it switched to live. Obviously, I'm not going to say give me thumbs up or thumbs down, because until we actually start the show, you don't know what I'll be saying, do you? Could be good, could be bad, could be you know what I mean. Could be a bit of this, could have been about that. Right, don't forget, we've also got super chat, guys. So what we'll do is give a few more minutes for people to get in, and then we'll go down the list and start saying hi. That's what we'll do. Yum. Right, so let's see who we've got in here who wants to be seen. We have got the village. Wonderful village. Thank you, HipHop. Raj. We'll go down and down. Harry. Dimmer. Marcus. Hello, Mr. Nice Guy. James. Hello, sweetheart. Long time no see. Ronnie, who's driving, so please bear in mind, guys, if you start saying hello to him, he's not being ignorant if he doesn't type back. It's because he's driving at the moment. Okay. We have got Josh in. CJ Josh. Who else we got? Let's go down. Bill, hello, my sweets. Nice to see you. Wee Jumbo, hello. I like that name, Wee Jumbo. That's quite cute. My husband's in there. Hello, hubby wubby. My darling. Am I catching up? Alice. Hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you. Dion, hello. Have we got all the way down yet? Oh, thank you, David. Mr. Turk. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, sweetheart. We have got Clifford in. Hello, Clifford. Oh, Bill, your coconut and pineapple juice has landed. It is lovely. The cooling catches you. Does it catch you occasionally? It doesn't catch me, I must admit. I am really loving this one. It's the mango with coconut. That one is absolutely gorgeous. I know there's a lot of people who don't like mango, but oh, that's good stuff. Hello, Andy Summerfield. Nice to see you. Michelle B's in the house. Hello, wee Michelle. Nice to see so many of you joining us. Stuart, hello. Now, don't worry, guys. It's not clickbait when I say the topic is VapeTube. It is VapeTube. I've been talking to Mike today. So everything's, you know, I'll let you know more as we go along. But I've had a chat with Mike, so he does know that this show is actually going on tonight. While we wait for, oh, what's the lipstick? Oh, poor CJ, getting called lipstick. Mango nut. I am a mango nut. I do like my mango. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. That's Mr. Chris Earl, guys, in the house. Obviously, I'm going to give people a few minutes because I've only just gone live to get in here before we start our topic. And we've got the one topic today. I better not vape too much Nick salts as well. It's pod salts I'm actually on because I'll get a Nick rush. Irish, hello, sweetheart. Nice to see you. You're used to it now, are you, Josh? You know what? You get used to these things, don't you? There's certain things to say. Nice to see you in here anyway. Alfie, hello. Nice to see you. Michelle B, it is lovely. Hello, David. Really is nice. The coconut milk range. I mean, obviously, if you're not a coconut fan, you probably won't like it. I don't mind it. So, Coconut milk it is, and that I'm really liking this. Me and Stevie actually have been brawling over this. There's barely any left, you know, because we both love that one. We really do. It's like delicious. It really is some good stuff. Kevin, hello. Nice to see you. Melinda, hello. Nice to see that you got your winnings, Melinda. Well, not winnings as such, but your sale, Patreon sale things. Do that. I'm glad you got them. I'm going to remember to have drinks. I've got my drink in here. Look, pink lemonade. No alcohol. We don't need alcohol, do we? Well, maybe we might do later, but at the moment, no. That is so nice. Thing is, got to be careful, because as soon as I start drinking first, I start belching. That's the last thing we all need, is me belching away. Hello, Annette, even Antoinette. What am I doing? That is the Vapory Guys Liverpool shop. And you've all met Mr. Bobo if you was at Expo, and if you didn't and you've seen him on Soloms, he was there. That's Annette's lovely fella. Chris Doyle's in the house. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Nice to see so many of you coming in. Pink gin. No, it's not pink gin. It's pink lemonade. I love pink gin. But this is just literally pink lemonade. No alcohol at the moment. No point having a drink of alcohol. Like, I don't need alcohol to make me a bit insane, do I? I'm always a bit like cuckoo. So, yeah, no alcohol for me at the moment. Might have a cheeky gin in there later. But at the moment, no. Got to keep my wits about me. So, guys, I think we've said our hellos to everybody. I hope I haven't missed anybody. If I have, I'm really, really sorry. Tonight's subject, though. VapeTube. VapeTube is tonight's subject. Nice, guys. Hello, hello, hello. I gather this one's Matty, since Marcus is already in. So, hello, Matty. Spelt with a Y, really, not a bloody I. But anyway, we won't go down that one at the moment. Breathe, Jules, breathe. Woosa. So, as some of you know already, I've left VapeTube. And that is what we're going to be discussing today. My reasons behind it. I've had a chat with Mike. So, some of the things I can speak to you about, what Mike said as well. So we're going to be going through a few bits and bobs like that. No temp control. Oh, well, yes. I like that with some things. This one. Hold on. There we go. SQ top side. Oh, love it. I'm not doing I don't do a buffet. Any of that pish. I mean, seriously. Nobody does that pish anymore, and if they do, well, that's entirely up to them. I don't do it. People want to know what I'm vaping on, then I just tell you, but I will just show you, obviously, because I have got 2 new toys on the go. Yes, ready for review. So, yes, I've got my collection of, actually, have I got them all on the go? Not all of them. I've got a carbon here. I've not got my normal one or my single on the go. Although, there's the old single one, the original. But, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going into a buffet. Stop. Yummy. Right, guys. Yes. So as you've probably noticed, those of you that subscribe to me on both, or even if you just subscribe to me on YouTube, you know I've left VapeTube, because usually I always put in, just ordered a, ooh, Minnie, mod only 30. That's not bad, Bill. As you know, when I do my reviews, I also state, if you're watching on VapeTube, there will be a link. And if you're watching here on YouTube, there won't be any links because we're not allowed. And obviously that has stopped. I've stopped saying that now. And yes, I have removed every single one of my reviews. Everything has come off. I've still got my account with VapeTube, but I have removed absolutely everything from it. And that is down to me. Nobody's told me to do it. No, you know, I've decided to do that. And that's because of the rumblings. So I'm going to go through a few of the rumblings. Hi, Jay, of what's been going on. Obviously, these are rumblings. So we don't know what's true, what's not true. I'm going to go through that. And then I'll let you know, hi, Gailey, why I've left. So, obviously, I've talked to Mike about this as well today. The rumblings first that I've come to hear is obviously staff members at VapeTube weren't getting paid. Companies were being charged different prices for advertising. Now, you've got to remember, guys, a lot of the companies that we deal with reviewing talk to each other. These companies, a lot of them in Shenzhen, some of them even share the same bloody building. So information gets out, and then obviously if you get products sent to you, and you build up a rapport with certain people, like I Skype with some of mine and things like that. You talk about different things, they tell you bits and bobs. So this information sort of gets out really, really quick, especially in the vape scene. We've all seen, hi Pasty, lovely seeing my Dawn. We've all seen how easily information gets spread in the vape scene. Whether it's wrong or right, it happens, right? If it's gossip, if it's lies or true, it still gets out. So, as I was saying, the rumblings. Staff members not getting paid. Now, as I address each rumbling, I will then tell you what Mike's response was. Because, like I say, I've had a nice chat with Mike on the phone today. And like he said, I'm the only one who's pulled all this stuff, who he spoke to. I know he spoke to Chris, Empire, but that has totally got nothing to do with any of us. That is between them, and we will not discuss that. No, it's not my place, because I don't know all that information at all. That is between Chris and Mike. It's like if any of you have got a problem, whatever, it is between you and that person. So, like I say, I've spoke to Mike. We've had a good chat on the phone. And I did invite Mike to be on tonight. Mike is a very shy person. We all know that, who know him anyway. So he would have struggled with this situation anyway. But he's just still upset. So we've decided I will just do this. And then in time, if he wants, he can come on. He wouldn't want the camera on him. He said that. So he'd rather it just be his voice, which is fine. Or he may do a written statement for me to read out for you all. But for now, you just got me. So like I say, rumblings, we'll address them. So one of them is staff members not getting paid. Hi, John. Nice to see you, darling. I've missed you. This is true. Now, you know, there's no point in lying. It is true. I've spoke to Mike. Yes, it's true. Staff members haven't been paid at times. The company's going through a bit of a bad time. This is what Mike's told me. So money's been a bit short. But he says, at the end of the day, if there was that much of a problem, obviously the staff members would have left. And there's still staff, staff have come and gone. There's still staff members who are coming in. So even though they haven't been paid, they're still coming. So, coming in. So yes, that's one issue we spoke about. Obviously, it's still not a nice one, but he's answered me, because I didn't rant and rave or scream and shout at him. I spoke to Mike very nicely and explained my position in this and why I've left, and I'll explain it properly more to you as we go along. So like I said, that was one, and that is a major issue to me. I love the members of staff that I've met for VapeTube and obviously Vape TV, because some of them cross over. So I didn't like the idea that these staff members weren't getting paid, but again, it's got nothing to do with me. That's between them, and although I don't like it, Mobro, Mike has spoke to me about it. He's been honest with that, well, as honest as he can be. Like I say, I'm not saying I'm taking his word for it or anybody's word for it. There's a long way to go in this, and Mike will hopefully prove all these gossip are wrong, or he won't. So that's one of my problems, and I don't know how you all feel about it, but that to me is something, first of all, that makes you go, That is one of those things, isn't it? Things that make you go, But like I say, we've spoke, and now it's up to him to deal with it all. Times are hard financially in the vape scene, thanks to the shite in the States. They are. But this has got nothing to do with the States bill at all at the moment, as we'll go on. My other problem that I'd heard rumblings about was the fact that they were saying that these vape TVs apparently in 200 plus, 175, 200 or something like that, 100 and 200 plus shops. And they have it on Google Maps. If you go on to VapeTV.com, I think it is, you can have a look at it. Which I did. I've been on. And I had a look. Because obviously, just because someone's gossiping and saying this, it's not forced to be true unless you have a look, is it? At the end of the day. So I went on, I've had a look. Excuse me, sorry about this, I'm drinking fizz. And there they are, all these little markers saying they're all there. Not just in the States bill, yep. So we won't bring in any of the things in the news too late. We can go on to some other subjects later, but I just want to get this one done first. So I had a closer look. And what it was saying is, there was arrows in roundabouts, in back gardens, on derelict sites. You know, these labels were actually saying that there were shops there. Wouldn't mass reviewers leaving VapeTube guarantee staff getting laid off, though? We'll get to that, and what we do has got nothing to do with it, David, but we will get to that. So I went on, and like I say, I've had a real good look. And I did notice that I couldn't find any of these shops. I do have family and friends who live in some of the areas where some of these shops are supposed to have vape TV. And I got them to go and have a look at these addresses where, you know, where these arrows are, if there is actually a vape shop there. Because that's the main thing, isn't it? And there wasn't. Anyway, from the ones that I've had checked out, there weren't. Again, I spoke to Mike about this. You know, a lovely chat with him. Me and Mike have had a very good relationship from when he first, you know, when I first got together with him, talking to him and sort of putting my stuff on his site. And what he said is now, it's not actually shops there the pointers aren't actually on shops. What they're on is cities or areas where the shops are, but not the actual shops. He said that's why it doesn't show like that. So I said to him, obviously we've heard that you're not telling people where these shops are. And he used an excuse for under data protection why he shouldn't. Saying to you, hello, darling. So after, you know, we spoke about that, it was like, well, why not? And he says, that's the way it is. You can't do that. And I explained to him, because I was a director of a company once upon a time, that actually if this said company has got items for sale, they're in the yellow pages or online advertising, they're already out in the public domain. And that law that he was referring to, sorry, I've got an eyelash going in my eye. The law he was referring to doesn't cover that at all. He's got that quite wrong. So obviously it's a cross of understanding. So what he said to me is, all right, then what it is these companies don't want their information out there. That, you know, that's what he said. So he asks them, and if they want it, they don't, or if they don't. So at the moment, apparently these companies don't want their information out there. He's going to be working on this to get it more, so probably they will. Also, these dots and things, and these 200 odd people who've got Vape TV, not all of them actually have got Vape TV. And this isn't hearsay. I've spoken to... we'll have no disagreements in here, please. Keep it nice, guys. It's not that simple. No content equals no sponsorship. Names leaving will affect revenue. Yes, David, it will. But we don't pay their wages. They get that off sponsorships. But we'll get into that in a minute anyway. Hi, Chris Empire. Nice to see you. So, like I was saying, you're making me lose my train of thought, guys. Behave. So, it was said that not all these companies actually have Vape TV after all. I did speak to Mike, and it's true. They don't. But these apparently are companies that have signed up to have Vape TV or or are waiting to have their installation, their things put in. Yes, Marcus, exactly. You do. So, Robbie, nice to see you. Hello. So, yes. So, like I was saying, these vape TVs, although it was being said that there was over, 200 or whatever in these shops, it actually isn't. And I've spoken to Mike. Please don't ever think I haven't, because I have. And like I say, I wouldn't be putting this information out there if I hadn't spoken to him. What he's saying to me is, some of them have got them, of course. Chris has got one. Obviously, nice guys, Marcus, he's got one. Bobo, the Vapory, he's got one. So there is companies, we know who that have got them. But these ones that haven't got them are that's why the companies are talking to them, they want to have their business advertised. Well, yeah, you would think so, Gailey. But I have spoken to him about it, and I can only go off what Mike tells me. I cannot. It's one of them things, isn't it? Things that make you go, seriously, guys. But like I say, Mike's assured me, whether it's true or not, that is not for me to decide. What it is obviously Mike now has to prove this to people, that he is on the up and up. That these TVs, some are in shops, some are waiting to go in shops and be installed, and some are companies who have applied to have them. And that's where that number's come from. So actually, it's not quite factually by saying these are all in shops. They're not. Hi, Zan. Yes, that's what I would have thought, Zan. And that's what me and Mike spoke about. And I did, talk to him about that, because obviously he was saying about some, I forgot was it GDS? I won't say GRPD, but it's something, anyway, GR whatever, or GD something, some law. Anyway, but I looked into that, and actually it's not covered by what Mike was saying, because these are shops that are advertised, that are for the public to go into and purchase, and so they're not covered by that. The only thing that would be covered by that rule is if it was giving out their personal information, the people who work in the shop, their personal information. But as long as it was just, that's it, GRPR, whatever, thank you, die thing, something like that. But as long as he was just giving out the location of the shop, because that's where they got their problems, it wouldn't be a problem. So I did explain that to Mike, because I did have a look into this before I obviously talking to him about it. So he's realised that, so he's going to be going back, hi Dicing by the way, and looking into it. So I said to him, what his best thing is to reword what he says to people, instead of saying, but it's because of the GRPR. His reasons are then because the shop didn't want it. That's what he's saying. The companies that have either got the TVs or are waiting for these TVs or waiting for them to be installed or have just signed up, they don't want that information out there. Not for me to say yes or no to that. If that's the case, then they're not really going to get much publicity, not going to get many sales, are they? They're not going to get people finding them and going and buying this stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm just going off what Mike has said to me. And I cannot agree or disagree with that, because I don't know these companies. All right, you know what I mean? GTPR. That's the one. GTPR. Thank you, David. So I cannot argue that fact with him, because like I say, that is between him and them companies. That's right, General Data Protection Regulation, and what he was saying doesn't actually cover. Thank you. So David, you'll know I'm absolutely right, because I did look into it, that giving the location of the shop is not breaking any laws. What it would be is if you gave personal information, that would be the problem, which Mike agrees that's right. So he was using the wording slightly wrong when he was explaining to people. He should have really said, this is the companies do not want their information out there. I cannot find out if that's true or false. Obviously, only the companies who I know have got them. And obviously, they're the ones who don't mind their information out there. The ones who don't, hiya, sorry about that, flat cap, no bother. I can understand that you've got to go. So do I. Yes, so do I. And I'll come to that later, darling. So that was where we spoke about on that one. So yes, although Mike's I'm trying to say this in a way that's not in a bad way, right? Mike's been misleading people with saying how many are there. I've got this things in the shop. But in his way, he's not been misleading you, because he's been saying that what he meant by it was they're not just actually in the shops, it's people who's waiting for them to be installed, and it's people who are signed up, okay? So that's something that me and Mike spoke about as well. So obviously you can all decide, make your minds up later on your thoughts on all this, and then ask me questions, and if I can answer these questions I will, but I can't make answers up, so I can only answer from what I've spoke to Mike about in truth, okay? Not this, I'm not lying, I'm not going to bullshit, I don't do any of that sort of thing. Oh, Jenny, it's my titty friend. I've had a squeeze words. So I'm making sure I've got to remember to have a drink and a vape and things like that. So obviously I spoke to Mike about that. So that was another issue. And he says what they're going to be doing is looking at getting the tags for the shops actually where they should be, instead of just being in the city. Because apparently that's why we have got this tag saying they're in a roundabout, they're in this, they're in that. I mean, back garden. So yeah, he understands. Oh, sorry. Any details that are available on Google are not covered under the GDPR. The company have gave permission for them to be available publicly online. Shops want their data online for promotion. Yes, thank you, Chris. You've said it in a much easier way than me, because I did look it up myself. So he hasn't been breaking the law, even though he's been telling people, because these are companies, and like I say, I've not been gossiping with other people. I have been speaking to people who, like I say, I've had emails today, deal with the companies that I review for or having a working relationship with. These companies want to know where these TVs are before they will sign up with them. But Mike's been using an excuse that's actually not right. It shouldn't be using that excuse for the reason for it. And also telling people to check Google Maps then, so they can see where the TVs are. Because in fact, the TVs are not there. Where he's saying, because obviously there's no VapeTube TV in the middle of a roundabout in someone's back garden, in a derelict site, where I've had other people who I've got friends who live in these areas gone and checked these addresses that were on the Google Maps. Well, on that pin down when you see it, they're not there. There's not a vape shop there. But Mike did say his reasons behind that. And like I say, I cannot say yay or nay to that, apart from like I said to him, he needs to stop saying it's for that reason. Then he needs to say it's because the companies don't want it. If that's the truth, then that's what he needs to say. And he also needs to say that, all right, there's only X amount in a shop, and I've got X amount waiting to go into shop. So say there's got, I don't know, 10 waiting to go into a shop, and say he's got 30. I'm just grabbing these numbers out of my head. These aren't true or anything like that. I'm just saying, for example, say he's only got 30 TVs in shops. I don't know how many there is, darlings, by the way. I'm just grasping. But say there was 30. Well, then he should just say, we've got 30 that are actually up and running in shops. Say he's got 10 waiting to be installed. He should say, well, we've got 30 up and running in shops, 10 that are due to be installed, and they'll be installed by such and such date. That's being honest. And then he could say, and I've got 80 or 100 who have signed up to be done, and theirs will be up and running within 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. It should be saying something like that, instead of just saying there's like 200 odd in a shop. I know in other industries it's common practice to use false Google Maps to improve search rankings. Not saying that it's been done here, but that is a shady practice. Yes, it is, David. And I don't know if it is. Oh, yeah, I will, Rog. I don't know if this is the case here. But like I say, I have spoke to Mike. There. Thank you, Rog. I've had a drink. I know you don't want me to all have one of my attacks live. So like I say, whether this is, because of that, what you said, David, I don't know. But this is something that Mike and I did talk about today. So it's something he's going to look into. All right, stop shouting at me. I've just had a drink, bullies. I'll just have a quick vape before you'll tell me to start on that next. There, happy. I've calmed down, talking slow, because I'm not angry, I'm not, anything like that. If a company does not want the publicity, then why sign up? Yeah, I can understand if a company is trade only, but why would they sign up and have the Vape TV? Yeah, these aren't places that are trade only. These are shops, okay? Yes. They would, yeah. I know, exactly, Irish. I am breathing gaily, I said, be did. So that is an issue, obviously, that I spoke to Mike about. So far, it's not paying his staff, which he spoke to me about, and obviously saying that they've got all these shops with these vape TVs in, which they haven't. So did he say you had to opt in for it to announce the location? What he said is he asks each company if they want their location known. Now, whether this is true or not, I don't know. I was going to try and find time to ask, because I know you've got one. I know Empire Chris has got a TV. I know Bobo has. I was going to try and talk to you all and ask you today, but obviously I didn't get time with everything else I have going on. But what he said is he asks permission, and not all of them say yes. So whether he's asked your permission, Marcus, I don't know. That is between you and him. You can state in here if you want, whatever you want in chat, as long as it's, you're doing it truthful or anything like that. But I don't know. What's Chris saying? Some of this shit is private and he doesn't have a right to just give this information out willy-nilly, for fuck's sake. That's the only reason I haven't released a video. Yes, exactly. Some of this stuff is private, and I will not be talking about anything that is private. Nothing that is private will be discussed on here. Only what I've discussed with Mike, which has been agreed that that I will be talking to you about. So this is up to the companies, apparently, and I'll have to leave it with that there, because like I say, I don't know any more information apart from that. Mike's going to talk to these companies and see if they'll let it come out, but at the moment there isn't all these TVs in. What it is there's a set amount, there's so many in, I don't know the exact number, but there is a few in, and there's some waiting for them. Staff wages is an ongoing issue. Yeah, and I just, like I said, I've spoke to him about that, and that's something that he said he's going to deal with. Obviously, it's not my concern as such, but I just feel pretty bad myself that people aren't getting paid. I was asked during the install, not sure if Bo was, but it was never discussed with me during the installation. Okay, now that's nice to know, Antoinette, then. That's quite interesting, because obviously he's saying that companies have opted out or opted in, so you was never asked. One of my other problems that I had, that had come to there's quite a few, I'm not going to lie, there's been quite a few bits and bobs come to my attention. I can just see what is going to happen now. The groups are going to be rife with rumours tonight. They will not be rife with rumours tonight. None of you better be rife with rumours tonight. Let's keep it all as true and honest from what we spoke to. And do as I did. Get in touch with Mike. Get in touch with him. So the other thing is that I had a little bit of a problem with that I'd heard was cost of, if you want to have something advertised and things like that. And Mike did say to me after this, right, enjoy yourself, Josh, that the reason why the costs are different for the same thing is some people have better negotiating skills. Now, that is what Mike said to me. So I'm not lying. This is what he said. And some people, there's no set price for you to have this banner or that banner. So it depends on, what that company wants. So obviously, if they want more on their banner, it's going to cost more, and etc, etc. But he also said, obviously, some companies negotiate better, which again, we all know that. We've all been and negotiated to buy things at expos, and such has got it slightly cheaper than so and so else or whatever. It's negotiation skills. So, you know, I've left it at that as well. No one should comment away from here. Like, well, I can't tell you what you can and can't do. I'm just going to, you know, lay it out straight there. So, as you can see, there is other issues, but they were my main ones. So, the staff one, like he says, yes, it's true. He hasn't always been paying the staff, but the staff still come back, so that says a lot for him. And to be honest, you know, if somebody wasn't paying me my wages and I didn't trust them, would I go back? No, I certainly wouldn't. So there you go. So that, you know, at the end of the day, this is what Mike says. These staff have been coming back even though they haven't been paid. And at the end of the day, he does have a family as well. He's got to feed, and real life comes first. So we spoke about that. The maps thing, obviously, you know, I've talked about with you all, and he's gave his explanation over that. He's also gave, you know, the reasons that he can't do it at shops and things like that. Again, whether that's true or not is not for me to decide, or, you know, anything like that. This is one of those things. I'm just telling you what Mike has put out there. The other thing was, what was it? Oh, the banners. It's negotiation skills. Again, that could be true. You know, at the end of the day, because we've all been and negotiated prices for things. Now, Mike was really upset when I was talking to him. We weren't arguing or anything like that, you know. It's upset him, though, what's going off, all this. And he has taken legal advice about it. So some things that Mike and I spoke about I will not be able to say, because obviously, for legal reasons, it's in the hands of solicitors or whatever. Sorry, Timmy, make a template and let the advertisers work their own banners out. Saves them time and money, easy to sell. Yeah, it probably is, Timmy, but like I say, it's not my place or anything. I'm just saying the questions that I asked Mike, and these are the answers he gave back. And, you know, he is a shy man. I am thinking an official statement should have been made. He says a place that's official and easy to find. I would do it for him, but I've been removed as an admin. Yeah, you have. And I have actually said to Mike about doing a statement, actually, Chris, when I was talking to him today. I did say to him about, you know, doing a statement, but like he says, at the moment he can't because of legal reasons, this, that and the other. Whether that's true, I don't know. I can only say this is what he said. Surely all this stuff that VapeTube and all involved should and probably are dealing with by themselves. Yes, now I'm going to bring in why it affects us as a reviewer. So, as a reviewer, it affects the likes of me or anybody else who put their information out there. I can't speak about anybody who's got their banners up. I can only speak on what it is for me. Because obviously, it doesn't look good when this information and this gossip comes out. And if, say, Mike is doing something wrong, whether it be anybody, I would want to remove myself from that until it's sorted. And I've actually said this to Mike. I've said, once this is all sorted, hopefully, and he proves this is wrong and these people are liable for whatever they've done, because that's what the routes he's going down. And if they've done wrong, I'll be the first to put my hand up and say, I'm sorry. And I would come back to him and he says, yeah, and he would take me back. You know what I mean? That ain't a problem. So I would say, I'm sorry. This really isn't down to you, Jules. That's the thing. When you called me this morning about shop stuff, I thought it was a good idea in context, but hearing it now, it's probably not the best idea. Yeah, I can understand that, Chris. I can understand that. But we are coming right to the end of the VapeTube thing. I'm not going to discuss some other things that me and Mike spoke about. I'm just going to speak about those three main ones. They're not the main ones, but they're the ones I'm just prepared to speak about at the moment. So like I said to Mike, I'm quite happy to say sorry if I've done wrong. Are you employed? No, I'm not. No, I'm not, D. I'm not employed by VapeTube. What I did at Expo was I helped. Like anybody does, I helped. I was helping, working on behalf of VapeTube, and that's why I'm getting to why I've stepped away. The reason why like I say, I promote VapeTube as much as possible, and I have done. I've been around shops, my husband and I, in Glasgow, talking to different vape shops about getting vape TV. So I've put myself out on a line here. I've also done it at expos. Jules, I love you, darling, but this chair is bang out of order. This was not for you. It doesn't matter. I've spoke to Mike about it, and he's told me to do it. And it's got nothing to do with Empire, because I'm not speaking about what him and Chris have got anything to do with him and Chris. That is nothing to do with any of us. I've not brought it up. You just have, Zan. So that is for him. That whatever's to do with Chris and Mike is for them to discuss and sort out. This is me, why I've left, and I spoke to Mike about it. So as I was saying, I spoke to Mike about it, and he totally understands why I've gone. Because like I say, we've been promoting it, and at Expo was promoting it. I took a company over to see him about getting the stuff, getting, on VapeTube, getting their information out there. So I've been really pushing for this. And if all this stuff that's going around is wrong, and, he has been doing all this bad stuff, it doesn't look good on me, pushing for people to go there, literally taking a company over saying, look, and I actually did that when I was at Expo. I said to Mike, I've got this company here who wants to talk to you. I'm not releasing anything confidential. There will never be nothing confidential released with me. Like I say, this is all that's been agreed with me and Mike, what I will say. So like I said, I explained that I didn't want it. So, own your shit stance. Yes, own your shit stance, yeah. So, Mike totally understands why I've moved away from it at the moment. Because like I say, I took companies over to see him. I've promoted as much as I can. And I don't get paid. I've done it because I want to. I've had to leave because of that. Because I do not, if this is all true and all this bad stuff has gone on, I do not want to be part of it. Or I don't want to be associated with it. So I've brought myself completely out of it. And that is the reason why I've left VapeTube for this time being. Now, that's not to say that if I've got things I've got for review that's come by VapeTube, I will be saying this was provided by VapeTube. And I've said that to Mike, and I'll still do that. Because I will not pretend that they don't exist, because they do exist. And the VapeTube is a great concept. A great concept. Yeah, please give me a break. I'm just trying to let you know, I've not done anything wrong. I've literally spoke to Mike before this was going to be done. And Mike's agreed that it was fine. If he said no, it weren't fine, it wouldn't have been done. Because there was no way I was going to do it without Mike saying yes as well. I gave him the opportunity to be on and just talk about the things that are allowed to be talked about, not people's personal stuff. But it was about why I've left. And he understands that. He understands completely why I've took myself away. And I hope you all now understand, those of you that wanted to know, understand why I've taken myself away from VapeTube at this moment in time. It's not for any reason to do with anybody else. It's purely because of how I feel as an individual and as a reviewer. Alice, I am explaining it regardless. If people don't like it, me explaining it, then they can leave. They don't have to be in the show, do they? They don't have to be in the chat or anything like that. I mean, we all know that everybody's got their own decisions and their own minds, and I do not force my way upon anybody. If you either like it or you don't. You either speak up, and if you don't like it, go. It's that simple. It really is that simple. You either like it or leave. That's me being as nice as I can about it. As nice as I can. I have advertised them a lot and pushed for them. And do you know, if I'm wrong, and if all this has come back and it is wrong and all this is lies, I'll be the first to put my hands up and say, I am so sorry, Mike. I would publicly apologise to Mike without a shadow of a doubt. Because I own my shit. If I do wrong, I'll own it. I'm not one of these people who pretend or two-faced or anything like that. If I've got something to say, I'm going to say it. Now, most people know me as being quiet and I sit on the fence and things like that. Well, today I'm not. For this simple reason, because I have promoted VapeTube. I've pushed for it. I've asked so many people to get involved, so many people to sign up to it, so many reviewers to be get their stuff on there. I've took companies over to Mike. I've been around Glasgow, my husband and I, talking to certain shops about getting involved in it. So you must, if you don't understand why I've had to take a step back from after me pushing and promoting it like that, if you'd heard about some of the stuff, then that's really sad, because even those 3 things that I told you that I've spoke to Mike about, if you can't understand why I've had to take a step back after explaining those 3 things and how bad that is in the industry, then that is a real shame that you have to jump down my throat and have a go about it. Thank you. So that is how it is. Oh, hello. Freedom of speech. Yeah. But I'm not going into the private stuff. That I will not do. And I said that to Mike. You know, there's certain things that I've heard about that aren't good. But me and Mike have spoke about it. And we leave, you know, and it's in the hands of legal people. So we're going to leave it like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's gave me his side on these things. And that's fine. He wouldn't, you know, when he went to mention names, like I said to him, no names. I don't want to know what's going on. Say, let's take, for example, say Village. Say it was Village Vapor, had a shop. Or I had a problem with him. I said, I don't want to know what's going on between you and Village. That's nothing to do with me. I just want to deal with what this is. Thank you, David. All right, it's just me then. Tone isn't in the... Yeah, okay, I forget about that sometimes. So, you can understand why I've stepped away. And I hope you all can appreciate why I've been honest with you all. Honest with Mike. And because I have been... And like Mike said to me, I'm the only one who's actually got in touch with him over this. Which I think is also sad, because so many people have benefited from VapeTube, or, you know, I know a lot of reviewers have, because I was handing out things. So, you know, and I'm the only one who's done it. Yeah, I will. Drink, vape, breathe. Drink. Oh, what do I use to vape? This one. Irish. Don't be mean. Just you up front and honest. That's good work. Thank you. No, Chris, no one would want that. And I've not mentioned names, only what I've spoke to him about. The only thing, like I said to him, is regarding names was shops. He could mention shops, but he couldn't mention the people. Does that make sense? So it was his wording of things. When he was saying to people, his wording was wrong. That was all. And we've spoke about that and got it cleared up, so he can make that adjustment so we can do it right next time. These are Jules' personal opinions, and she has spoken to Mike, so it's no order, but people are going to be wondering what's going on. Only Mike can explain that. Yes, and I hope in time Mike will. I mean, he said to me, if he feels up to it, he'll come on or do a statement of sorts. Yes, and I can understand that, Chris. There is information going around. But that's not down to me, and I won't be saying anything myself personally about the information that's flying around, because it's none of my business. That has got nothing to do with me at all. Like I say, if people's names have been brought into things, that's for them to decide if they want to do something about it. I just spoke to Mike about how I was feeling and why I've removed my things from VapeTube. And like I said, you know, he totally understands. He hasn't got a problem with me doing that, and he gets where I'm coming from. We've had a lovely chat. Because we've, you know, what's that? What's Jenny saying? Vaping? Oh, Irish is a bogger. This would have been perfect for him to show face. People would go, you know what, it takes balls to do that. So fair play. Yeah, and I wish he would have come on. I really do. I mean, we've spoke, and hi Manic, and he knows that if he feels up to it, he can still come on. He didn't want to do his face because he's a shy man, and we've got to respect that about him. So he would do it off camera, but he would do it by microphone so you could hear it, or he'll do a written statement for me to either read out, or he'll do something, and on from his side, and I hope he does. You worked hard to get. Yeah, I have. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to protect what I've worked at. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do. But like I say, I've had a nice chat with Mike, a nice chat with him about it all. Man, you'll have to rewatch it. I'm not going through it all again. Seriously, I'm not. Not in a bad way. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. But like I say, I've been at it now for long enough. And I think you've all, and I hope you all understand. And I'm sorry if you don't. If you don't understand and you want to, I don't know, if you're subscribers and you want to stop subscribing, I understand that too, and I totally respect that. I respect your opinions. Everybody has got their own opinion. Opinions are like arseholes. We've all got one. And whether they're right or wrong, good or bad, we've all got our own opinion. And that's the show. Things that make you go, But I thought this is a better platform to do it. So, like I say, you either stay with me, I'll just tell you how it is all the time, short and sweet. Well, short and sweet, it's been a bit long-winded. I just tell people how it is, and I try to do it in a way that's not trouble-causing. And that's why I like to do it on this show, when we do things that make you go, I like to play devil's advocate, because it's not me having a go or having to bash at somebody. It is just putting things out there. And, I hope you'll stay with me. I really do, but I understand if you don't. Obviously, if you don't, it'd be nice for you to drop me a line. Don't be nasty. Don't start sending me nasty messages and things like that, because again, like I say, this isn't what it was about. It is just literally why I've stepped back and removed my stuff. And I explained to Mike as well that I would have just hidden my stuff and left it on there if possible, but I couldn't. So he totally understands, because something's happened, or something's been done where I cannot archive my reviews. Couldn't be archived. Just because people don't agree. No, totally. I know we are all adults, and I hope we're all adults here, Gayle. So Mike knows the fact that if I could have archived my stuff, I would have done until something was, we knew what was happening. But the option wasn't there to do that on VapeTube. Whether he implements that now, I don't know, because it's another thing that could be implemented. I mean, we finished our phone. We started our call on good terms. He knew what my call was about. I didn't catch him on the hop. It was it was pre-told what I was phoning for, the reasons behind it. And then it was up to Mike if he wanted to get in touch with me, and he did. So he knew straight away what we was talking about. So I didn't catch him on the hop. I wasn't nasty. We had a lovely phone call, and we finished it nice. Tolerates. I don't. Right. Okay, Chris. Yeah, well, he said he's going to look into that. Hopefully he does. But I'm hoping that, at the end of the day, I did, like I said to Mike, VapeTube, a channel for vapors, is a fucking brilliant thing. It really is a great thing, and it's something that's needed in this industry. So I hope Mike gets it sorted, or some other company comes together and gets it done. I mean, do you know what? It'd be good if there was a few companies who did it, so we can get out there on lots of different platforms. But a vapors one, because it is a great, great thing. And Mike's put in a lot of time into VapeTube. As we know, when he first started, I think it was 2016, 17, if I'm right. I'm trying to think. So a lot of things have gone into that. So I hope it works. Oh, thanks. I'm already thinking of your boobies. Because Jen's got a pair of tits like mine. It's not very often I find someone who's as big as this. Yeah, it was. Potential. You did get shot down. I remember, Chris, you did. Because I went on there when people were shooting you down. I remember that vividly. And like I say, I've still got things to come for review. And also, it's like coconut milk. I'm still going to tell people to use the discount code VapeTube25. to buy these certain products. I'm not, because at the end of the day, these are the companies who are advertising on VapeTube. So I am not being bad on the companies at all. Like I say, because there's quite a few companies who advertise with VapeTube. So I've not stepped away from them. Hello, sweetheart, it's my daughter. I've not stopped away from them, and I will still promote their things. And if their discount codes are VapeTubey, to do with VapeTube, then that's what will be used. The discount code will be given out. I'm not a hypocrite. I will do that, and I said that to Mike, and I also said I will thank him for the things that are sent to review. And we've left it in really good terms. We have finished it off as we started good. There was no falling out. There was no bitterness, no arguing, no bitching, none of that. It was a lovely call where two adults got to chat and lay it out there in a nice way and be respectful of each other's feelings and each other's views. And that's the important thing, respect. It was respectful. So there was no horrible things gone off. It was very, very respectful. We had a great chat, and we're still going to maintain contact. Because at the end of the day, I won't be on VapeTube at the moment, my information, but that doesn't mean that I've stopped having contact, because I certainly haven't, because I'm hoping things go right. Where do you get Humble Juice from? It isn't in the UK. It is an American company. It is American juice, but you can get it in the UK, and I'm trying to think where from. And my friend who actually works for Humble, she's actually left Humble now and works for Vape. So I can't even think. I can't think, darling. And I can't even ask her, because she doesn't work for him anymore. She works for Vape. And she's American, but like I say, she's moved to Derby. Funny enough. We still stay in touch and everything like that. But she's working for Vape and loving it, by the way. She's loving it. She says it's one of the best things that she's done at the moment. So she's still in the industry. She's a good girl. I'm not bringing out her name or anything like that, because, again, it's not for me to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there, because it's almost 8 o'clock. So we've done a solid nearly an hour, and I was hoping we could talk about other shit, but we didn't get to. And I'm really sorry if, we have stocked it, but slow movers, it's pricey. It is pricey. There you go. Chris has told you it is pricey, and it is pricey. But you can get it in the UK. I know you can. I just can't think where. I can't think. But anyway, guys, look, do you know what? Thank you for coming. Thank you for hearing me out. Thank you for hopefully understanding why I've done what I've done, and understanding where Mike's coming from. Hopefully, at the end of the day, I'm trying to do what his answers to it were as well. Private stuff stay private, so I don't talk about that. It's nothing to do with me. It's not for me to discuss some things, because they're private and they're going through the legal situation at the moment. So I will not be going into those with anybody. So that's it, guys. So remember, Mama knows best. Vape don't smoke. I love you muchly. And I'll catch you all soon. Bye.